This is where I'm gonna put the tire swing, and eventually I'll build Julius's tree fort. That's gonna be sick. I'm gonna refinish that, get it all cleaned up, maybe put some like white Christmas tree lights around here, make it all enchanted. This is the grand finale right here. Yeah, there's downtown Hollywood.
In life, like, I mean, you seem like you've come a long way in life, like, to get a place like this.
Yeah, I feel like that.
I mean,
I'm definitely pretty thankful, man. I try not to take it for granted, you know.
You didn't like grow up wealthy or anything.
No, we moved around a lot. Like when we lived in Alaska, my stepdad, you know, he had money, you know, like he made a decent living. He had a body shop for cars and stuff. But then, like, you know, moved back and forth, shit goes wrong up there, you know, moving to a janky little apartment or what, you know, whatever. But we've been up and down, and I think it's a good way. It's a good experience, you know, to like know both sides of the tracks. Hey, how you doing?
Can I help you guys out?
I just bought the house right here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm Erik Ellington.
Hi, welcome back to the show. This episode is about one of my favorite skaters, Erik Ellington. Erik's style is always really cool, and the way he lands tricks. He's got something that he has that not very many other skaters have. It's like kind of sketchy, but it just looks so cool. And he's still one of my favorite. He's the kind of guy you see him do a flat ground kickflip and you go, oh, that's why that guy's pro. Wait, what's on that tape you're gonna give me?
Old footage from Alaska, like sponsor me tape footage, when I was like 15 or something. We had a launch ramp. We put the launch ramp up to like I don't know, high ledge or something. Just all kinds of stuff, like little rails and curbs and shit.
What kind of like gear are you wearing?
Let me see. Oh, actually, you know, 101 had just started, maybe. Yeah, there was just like maybe like shorts and a beanie and I don't know, like a purple T-shirt or something. I don't know. Oh, I did 360 flip board lip slide on a curb, just a regular curb where you're sliding with your wheels over. So it's like, what else was there? Nollie nose manual. There's some stuff at the time. It seemed like it was like, you know, at the time of that, it was kind of I was pretty psyched. Maybe it was a little bit before that I sent the tape to 8th Street, and they sent me the Mike Carroll, Calvin and Hobbes board. Yeah, I was like freaking out, man. I was shaking when I got the box. That was pretty cool.
Yeah! Fuck, it was bad.
Hello?
Jamie, this is Patrick.
Patrick, this is Jamie.
What's up, man?
Not much.
How would you describe like Erik's skating?
This is kind of a hard one. It's kind of like, that's not really a good, I know you'll probably only use the things that make sense in this interview, but, you know, I mean, what am I supposed to say? He looks sick and, you know, like,
Yeah,
this stuff good. Like, that's a hard thing to answer.
What tricks have you done that where you were the most psyched on, that you look back and you go, that was my, like, pinnacle trick?
I don't know. I hope I really haven't had a pinnacle trick. I don't even know. I mean, I'd say like an era or something, like just times, you know, times in your life, different things are happening and you feel differently about, you know, I don't know. First video that I was in that was, I guess it would have had to have been the first Zero video. Thrill of It All was the first video I was in. That was like, kind of like major where everybody saw it. But before that was in the Welcome to Hell video, in the Friends section. Because like, Jamie Thomas came out to Arizona. Me and Scott Kopelman talked to Jamie quite a bit, and it was like, we were on Balance at the time, and he was starting Zero clothing. So like, he wanted us to ride for the clothing. Actually, he wanted Scott to ride for the clothing. And then, and Scott said he wouldn't do it unless I was on to. Well, he just said like, I won't leave Balance unless Erik comes with me, you know. So by default, I got on Zero.
But he did have some like some slams. There's this one where, and I'm not even sure if it's the same video, but it's like this like kinked rail, and like, I don't know, he just like decided he wanted to go off and do this rail, and like he got wrecked on it.
Oh yeah, I tried to board slide that thing. I don't know what I was thinking. I can't really even board slide kink trails. I just thought like maybe I could do it. Dude, that thing was like, I think it was like 3 or 4 kinks in it.
Was that the only try?
No, I tried it about maybe 20 times or something.
Did you get close?
No, I slid through a couple of the kinks. You gotta like, I don't know, I just don't really know how to do it. It's just amped, you know.
You just thought like,
I thought I could do it, you know.
Eric's like one of those skaters that like, he like puts in the work, you know, to get his parts. Like, you know, when he does a trick, it just looks so cool, and like, there's like sweat flying and his shirt's dirty because you know he was like battling for it. But somehow the one that he makes, it's effortless, you know.
Zero time was cool because I was kind of like, I was on the verge of being kicked off zero, and I was on the verge of like not knowing what I was gonna do with my life. And then it was like, I was just like, fuck, man. I'm like in California, tripping out, ready to be chopped.
what were you gonna get kicked off zero for?
I don't know. Adrian Lopez told me one time, he was like, man, because we were on a tour and it was just sort of towards the ending. Like, it was after that Thrill of It All video came out, and it was like, I think Jamie had a little bit higher expectations for what I was, you know, kind of what I was supposed to be doing, you know? And then, like, I didn't really come through. I kind of was just piled out, and I was like thinking like I was just smooth sailing, you know? And then he kind of let me know I wasn't, but in a, you know, in a way that it was like, I think it taught me quite a bit about things that have worn off on me that to this day that I look back on and think like, you know, those are some fucking pretty important tips or pointers or whatever, you know?
We're trying to film for Misled Youth, and Scotty and Eric went through a spell of several months without doing absolutely anything. And everybody on the team was trying to film, and everyone was trying to do things and, you know, get stuff going for the video. And those guys kind of, you know, were starting to drink a little more and starting to kind of do their own thing, and it kind of really didn't have anything to do with what we were doing. And Eric had this sketchbook, and he just, you know, he was basically a sketchbook and a journal, and he just wrote everything about every day and all this stuff. And we were riding in a van on this tour, and Lopez like leaned over and like borrowed Eric's pencil and drew a boot. Like when we were filming for Misled Youth, he probably had 10 or 15 tricks by right up until the last month of the video. He seriously probably filmed a trick a month up to that point, and then all of a sudden he filmed like 25 tricks in 1 month, and it was like, it was all the gnarliest stuff in Misled Youth was all done in 1 month. And, you know, so it goes to show what he's capable of and his potential, but we just always, you know, he just always put it off until he had to do it, and then when he had to do it, he would always get it done. So that's pretty much the story with Misled Youth. This part came together in the last month and helped launch his pro career, you know. It's pretty rad.
They take a look from outside of being in his circle, and they just hear what he's doing. And, you know, like, a lot of the things I disagree with, and a lot of the things, you know, he probably disagrees with what I'm doing, you know, but it's like, and then a lot of people, you know, fucking, I don't know, just talk shit or something, but it's like, he's down to work, and if somebody's not putting in the work, then he's going to let them know. He's not going to pussyfoot around the fact of that, you know?
Fuck, come on!
Run, blood.
Julius, come here. Come here.
My name's Greg, by the way.
Eric, nice to meet you.
No, I'm not familiar with the skating world. I don't know who you are. But someone told me that you're up there and
Yeah, pro skater.
I created a sport, and it has to do with skateboards. And I'd like to talk to somebody that's in that field, and and see if they can't do something that
What is
can
it?
put together. Well, I can't say it without giving up something that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean.
But I wouldn't be able to tell you without knowing what it was. But
You understand why?
I understand that, though.
Okay.
I understand that. But I can give you some. You could probably talk to the people that are running this thing, and maybe they could give you some advice on what to do, and kind of handle things that way. And I was like, I'm a little confused. I can't really give you much advice. Like I don't know what it is. I pointed him to Erica. I pawned him off on Erica.
Oh, Ellington's my favorite. I mean, he was my favorite, like, growing up, like seeing his skating and shit, like, damn, this fool straight white trash fucking skating and shit. And then when I met the dude, it was like even more of my favorite. I was like, damn, this fool doesn't give a shit about anything. He's fucking crazy. Ellington is nuts.
Get fucked up tonight.
To me, when I look at him, he's like Eric Costin, but just with this like take away all the perfection and everything, and like add like this like lazy attitude problem or something. You know, he's like that good, but it's just like, well, whatever. Like he's really that good. It's just like everything he does. You know, he has this special like Ellington style about it. Like every move he makes, it's in his skating, in his walk, when he bowls, when he carries his kid. It's just this is a certain way of doing it. You know, it's not too bad except that the top doesn't really match the pants. All right. Ooh, let me get a little
tequila.
bit of that.
Little standby.
Tequila right in there.
Little tequila.
You look beautiful. Look at you. Look at you. Shoot you, Bean.
All right.
How'd you meet her?
She was out here. I wanted to take her out for dinner, and then she kind of took off the next morning and ditched me. So then I took a train down to San Diego, and I shacked up with her. Ever since then, I moved into her apartment with her, like 3 of her friends. And then they bought a Suzuki Swift, this fucking piece of shit. And we were driving that thing back and forth all the time. It's like, damn, got a car, rolling. Oh.
You got married pretty soon?
Yeah, we got married 3 months after that.
Really? 3 months?
Mm-hmm. And we've been married for 7 years in October.
Oh, so you just knew it 3 months?
How do you like that?
You got actually married? How did
We got married.
Plan it out for?
No, we were like, well, let's just get married. Fuck it.
Check 1 2 1 2.
What it is. Please get the stages of Erik. The drunken stages are by far the best thing of him. Like, his skating, amazing. His life, amazing. Drunken stages, golden. First, okay, like, I've seen him tonight. He has a button-up shirt on. Great. So this is where, like, you can fully catch the stages. What he started with, probably, like, 5 or 6 buttons down it, or you know what I mean? Like, the more he drinks, because this is an open bar in here, the more he drinks, like, every half an hour a button be popped. Bam. Easily.
Was that a 4th button? Did I just see a 4th? I seen it. I actually witnessed it with my own eyes. Just
Look, it fits perfectly in there. Look.
oh, it does fit perfectly in there.
Don't do that.
Anyway, he's basically my father. I don't have one, so he's pretty much the tough guy I gotta look up to. You know what you should do? You should do an episode on all of our mothers. That would be a fucking, or our mother, his father, like whoever we think's weirdest in our family.
In the family that's just jacked.
Well, I'll call you in a little bit. All right? All right.
Luciana,
Yeah.
you had to get permission for another night?
Well, I didn't really get permission. What'd she say? She's just over it. Yeah, it's been like a lot of nights in a row. Like, I normally don't even go out anymore, you know, like me and her, we just chill at the house, watch movies or do whatever, you know. Damn, you know. It's like all this is like, this makes me so happy, you know. My son makes me happy, my wife, my mom, my family, my friends, all that, you know. But then it's just like, you land something that you didn't think you could do or something, you know, and it's just like, I mean, it's like, the best, it gives you chills, you know. It's the best thing ever. Give the camera a kiss. Where'd you guys park it? Down here?
1 2 3